Okay, a couple of different things. So the next activity we're doing, bigger picture, is I was thinking about, I'm kind of going through your FRQs right now, so you might be able to see so far on Canvas. I'm leaving lots and lots of feedback, lots and lots of notes, okay? So I got to thinking last night, what I think we need to do is start thinking about how we can revise our essays to kind of meet that success criteria we talked about last class as far as the rubric goes, right? 1 point for that claim, up to 4 points for evidence and commentary, 1 point for sophistication. So really kind of what we're focusing on today is I'm learning how to revise my essay so I can become a better writer in general. Okay, so that's like the focus. That's our big learning intention for the day. So with that being said, I wanted to revisit something that we kind of looked at a previous class, talking about what, is our pathway to success. All right, well, how do we meet the success criteria in order to kind of reach that effective 4 through 6 rubric on the rubric score, okay? So what I've done today is take a look at this packet. We are revisiting the rubric. So in your packet is not only the rubric from the essay we just wrote, which we visited before we wrote, right? Because we talked about 1 point for claim, up to 4 for evidence and commentary, 1 point for sophistication. But I've also included not only the rubric, but a student sample. And that student sample to me, this was from the 2023 exam. So this is not any of you, none of you wrote this, nobody needs to freak out. This was a student in 2023 who wrote this specific FRQ in 40 minutes. It's just the real deal, the actual AP exam. And it's this idea, I want you to look at that student sample as an idea of having a conversation. How did this student meet the success criteria? Did they? And what I mean by that is, how many points would you have given this student for a claim? How many points would you have given this student for evidence and commentary? How many points would you have given this student for sophistication? And I think in doing that, it will kind of help you better understand how you will need to revise your own essay, okay? So that's our goal. Go ahead and open up. Let's take a look at that rubric.
Yeah, why do you guys think it should be sophistication point?
Because she uses the large words correctly.
Okay.
And she doesn't use them in a weird way. She uses them sparingly.
Good. Doesn't seem forced, right?
Yeah. And she transitions between her predicaments.
I know, that's what the other side of the room was talking about too. And we'll go back and read the reader's report specifically, but I was telling the other side, I think they didn't feel like she had that complexity point, like a multifaceted claim that talked more about all the different messages. I kind of thought she met it, but we can talk more about it, because we've always said sophistication point is the trickiest, for sure.
Allows the to explain the possessing a desire to learn and taking advantage of the I feel like that's something that I think I need to do as well. Like thinking back to time, right?
What did you say you think you need to do?
Well, I need to work on more specifically what the purpose of it was.
Yes. Yeah, what did you think you did in your essay?
Well, I did kind of say stuff like that, but it was a lot vaguer. And I wasn't
Yeah, you're not alone. I love that reflection.
Like getting the idea more clearly across that you were attempting to convey.
Yeah, and I think time's an issue too.
Yeah.
It's like your brain feels scrambled and it's our first time writing, but at least seeing this now, does it make it a little clearer of oh, that's where I maybe need to improve.
I feel like she did pretty good with the sophistication, and I feel like it was because of the way she switched through the wording.
Yeah, and she used advanced language.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it flowed really well.
it did, especially with the way she incorporated the quotes, so that it just all worked together and it wasn't choppy, and it didn't feel like you were reading a chunky little blocked out essay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
What did you guys think about the commentary?
I think it was actually okay. I like the way that she again blended the evidence from the text.
Yes, it seemed so natural, didn't it? Not forced.
Right.
Agreed.
It was quotations, again, it just it flowed with the thing, and it didn't feel like you're reading a planned out essay.
Totally, I agree. And I love that you pointed that out, because I think so often we're just kind of okay, evidence, and then our commentary, and then evidence, and then our commentary.
Yeah.
But she did a nice job, like you were talking about, of blending it all together, so it seemed very seamless.
It was a formula of writing.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Number 3.
have multiple methodologies because they use the adjective of diction. That's why it's not as great. So right here they're talking about diction. They're choosing the words hunger, hard work, and uncertainty. And then in the next paragraph, she's talking about anecdotes. See? Talking about her dad. So that's why they got a 4. It's because there's multiple pieces. Because multiple just has to be 2.
Let's wrap up those conversations. Okay, let's get a little bit of a reflection here, okay? Because this whole idea is behind this is not just looking at the student sample and then like forgetting about it. We're looking at the student sample because this is a proficient essay. And when you look to revise, you've got to think about, okay, in order to revise my essay, what do I need to do better to meet that criteria, right? Rapport. They found it to be a little bit repetitive, and they didn't think it had the depth of another essay that was multifaceted and kind of thematic ideas. So some of the other essays that scored a little bit higher, they said had a little bit more of a multifaceted message. I wanted to show you today the 5 to show you this is absolutely possible. You need to get that 1 point for the claim and that 4 points for evidence. Okay, we will reach for the stars later in the year, but right now I just need you to get, I can get the claim, I can get the 4 points of evidence, okay? All right, tell your neighbor what you could have done a little bit better in your essay.
I didn't really know what I was trying to support. Kind of embarrassing.
That's all right.
So, yeah, that's what I could say. So besides that, I think I supported the evidence well. I used the same evidence.
What do you guys think? Where do you think you can improve?
I can improve connecting to the message. Better.
Okay.
Just the way I use my words to make more sense.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like I could have improved by connecting how pieces of evidence related to their overall message.
Yeah, you're not alone. That was like, so far, 90% of the essays I graded struggled with how devices